Okay, Namdi, very important. Okay, this is okay. Oral seal introduction. What is an oral seal? Okay, lack of control, no control. Okay, very important. Okay, this is not a quantum computer introduction, but my master's in HD's hybrid targeted instruction systems for Cambridge is being delayed. It's just one stop from London because I'm leaving London, or London area, or Greater London, Central London, because I'm going to Cambridge because solely because the council's not giving me a house. But I'm gonna still find a way to Cambridge tomorrow, Namdi. After no Monday after call it. Okay, Namdi, you're talking to yourself. You're autistic, ADHD, Asperger's, and learning disabilities. So they said. But I know I'm autistic and ADHD and dyslexia because they make me dyslexic. They make me very but I don't have foam in my mouth, so I'm not that severe unless I want to get angry with someone. But I don't do it on purpose sometimes. I just need to be very careful what I see online because this international law can make it terrorism and I won't give a £300 million claim. Remember, 240 million times Newham, no, yes, times Newham times Dagenham and Rainham Council times Red Kent Council times 300 million Kent Council, making it plus 700 million value added tax. Very important to remember the 700 because that make it 1,400, 200 billion and then they will not they'll lose their house, lose their business, and I can go to the third council because they're making my life difficult just for the devolution white paper. First notes, very important. This one, okay. So remember, you gotta have a structure to your day as well, Namdi. Very important. You gotta go to Cambridge, whether you like it or not. I think I'm being delayed this year, so next year gonna be for the £1,000 per master's and PhD, making it a total of £82,000. Remember, your PhD is really on theological Bayesian infrastructure, intelligence infrastructure, AI systems for smart homes. Remember, cause you're a Gen Z, you're building new foundations for your master's and PhD. 15th September to 1st October is the deadline for clearing. You missed it, but you may not be ready for getting it this year. Date today is 11/10/2025. Again, 11/10/2025. So the talking about today is Saturday. Okay, very important. Let's continue. So your goal is to go to Cambridge anyway, but you have to be housed in Cambridge for another year, if not applicable, because you want to move out the UK, because there's no houses. I'm gonna cry everything. I don't care, and people gonna follow me to Cambridge. I don't care because I'm a rebel. Okay, so basically today is about your oral sales project. Okay. Because you're doing masters in foundation year and your PhD, it's very good you observe everything they do. That's everyone around you talking. It's very good to witness because that's your autism. That's just you know how to fix systems that try to hide what they do. Covert ops, black up during the matter, Namdi. Remember, just observe it because foundation means you observe everything. Remember, your budget system is in classical directed instruction system. New type of computer know what they do. They witness their own state because they know how to act based on the consumer observer model. They consume or use information or personal information. Just consume, do something with information, and observe state changes. So GitHub.com/OBINexus Nexus linker, which should be polyglot, but it's not for now because and links everything, but it doesn't observe states. But at runtime, it's a problem because you meant to be minimize redundant operations. So PhD, 3 years is a new type of infrastructure. Smart home is priority for the UE constitution. Okay, Namdi, show them this. But remember, okay, what can I say? Very important I say this. Okay, Namdi, why are you talking to yourself? Okay, I'm talking to myself because of my persona development framework. Medium.com/OBINexus. I'm not talking to the views. That's all I mean, but I'm just giving a brief overview. Okay. Now, who is Namdi? Who is Namdi? I don't see myself black, white color. I don't see this as me. I see this as a boring guy. He doesn't even have dreadlocks. He don't have glasses. Because he's so jagged. This is just normal glasses. This is just a guy, but he's such a, you know, inside he has good aura. He has evil aura too, but it's good because his name is Obi. So this guy is not really Namdi per se. I know I'm Namdi, but my conscience doesn't mold this guy. Because you can have a twin, but this guy cannot be that twin. Because different beliefs. But I'm not this guy. I'm this guy in flesh, but not this guy in what belief, strength. Because my mind is different. It flows different. I'm not. It's because of my autism. But I think I have to talk about the autism first. I want to talk about the autism first. Okay, who is this guy? Oh, who's Namdi? Okay, what's my name? Namdi. My father in heaven is alive. I don't believe in God. That's not me. Anyway, that name is not me. That name is just an alias for Obi. Obi, heart, me. Okay, very important. Now, explain your business model and how it ties into it. Okay, Namdi, okay, so my business model, very important. Business model just means business structure. 1 3 year, 5 year. Okay, if I get to Cambridge this year, that'll be my PhD, and then my business will be 3 years plan to building smart homes. Fine, done, done. Councils give me stress. They give me stress. 1 year, I'm meant to build it for my masters. Get the computer system working. Whether you can draw it doesn't really matter. But PhD is 2 years, just 2 years, and then 3 years I can have my business up and running. They're wasting my time. But it cost them 300 million billion, so it's not my problem. I'm happy with that money. I can go to the Element Cut and get it. Okay. Who is this guy, Namdi? I would say Namdi is an alias for Obi. Definitely, because he's a pseudonym, he's a fake name. But you can call me Nam for short for Namdi, but she's an alias, like a shorthand for Obi. At this current time space, it's just a snapshot. If you go to the medium to course of OBINexus links, personal development, life work balance. So Namdi wants to live and work, hence the constitutional model. You live in the constitution, you work in the constitution. It's a job, it's a business, it's not charity. I don't but there's food, water, shelter there for free because the country's gonna get people to pay for it. Okay. Back to me, go back to me. Where is it, Namdi? I mean Obi. Obi, you lost it. Ah, you lost it. Oh, I didn't bring it. That's what that means. I can't go back and bring it now. I hope I can draw it. I hope it is here somewhere. This can't stress my life too much. It's stressing my life too much. Making me stress everything. The love me stressed. I say fine. Okay, I'll present it later, but now I'll just say very quickly because So basically, you got private sector house. Oh, basically, you got the checkpoint one. Very important. The zone one and ring one layer. I think it's super important because there's a topology structure around the zone one layer. This is just like the you consider housing perimeter, but this expansion layer, ring 6, the 6 rings so far, ring 6. This just means you can expand the services, everything. You can build houses from the public sector. Okay, now that's ring 4. Now ring 5 is private housing. You pay for a house around it, but you don't get protection. You get what you get. You get what you get. Now you get public housing, which gets protection. Because so basically, the council is gonna pay for public housing in ring 4. Ring 5 is private housing. You gotta pay for fancy houses, everything. But they're sustainable by public sector because I'm not really proud of public and private housing. I actually want to pay for like a mixture of two, but I don't want to get to that yet. But the public fire has a mixed, because you're trying to move up to public housing. Because you go to get people to pass the constitution. So you get ring 5 to ring 4. Public housing, and then you get public housing, public schools, public services, and preferences outside. Get more purposes. People want to work preferences, they want to work. If they want to they can work, but people can work around the construct. I want to extend it to my ring 3 or zone 3. Education, schools, everything. Children, very vulnerable people, very. Then ring 2, no, ring 3. But these people are ring 3. But it's still education, you can interact with them. Like with me, autistic people. Like, people who don't, they're particular with the ring, because I'm a ring leader. I'm a ring leader. I love that. I can't wait for people to see what they say to me. Zone 6, zone 2, ring 2, ring 2, very important, Nando. Ring 2, ring 3, people are there. But okay. Basically, I don't really care what happens to my constitution as long as I will get to the life and job. I don't care. You can have sex. I don't care. You can work, live there forever. I don't care. But you have to be obeying the law over the legal. Basically, you got the legal framework, which is the outside law, and you got the constitution. But the constitution, you live in the constitution, you work there, and you'll never be homeless there because of the legal law. If you're homeless because you gotta get outside, get your house there. But with your constitution, but even though if you get outside the constitution, get somewhere else, do your own business, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not looking at you guys to live there, enjoy your life there, have good lives, but you must be working as well to some degree. To some degree, but it's not free of charge. I'm thinking of this for my health and social care sector too. Go health and social care. But that's the sector. My model is basically my company. My sector is a design and technology because I'm creative. But we're gonna be edging walls and stuff. I don't care where you live. Basically, you're gonna have like a train system too, transit system for the system. So you're gonna have like a train go from each sector up, down, left, right. But you're gonna pass through neighborhoods, everything. But the train's gonna be splitting because you're gonna stop because we're gonna I'm thinking of fully autonomous human out the loop system just to make sure thorough. There's 17 minutes nonsense. Anyway, 17 minutes to get from Thurrock to over 17 minutes. I don't care. 18 minutes, 20 minutes. Just get into train. But I'm thinking of like a society there. So basically, people live there, and they can be live there forever. I don't really care. I don't care what's actually there because they're building something called safety critical infrastructure. What I call safety critical infrastructure as a service. If you remember the Polygon and the Rust X and Link, all these Polygon systems resolved to a web diagram. Because the thing about these policies and standards that they're hard to enforce because I don't care about it. But when humans are part of that ecosystem, they start to entwine it with the law because they care, not because they hate it or anything, because they want to be a better. If it does work, so I'm creating a community that nurtures its own ecosystem and grow. So very important. And then you gotta bring two hospitals, very vulnerable hospitals, things like that. For human sustainable infrastructure, like my sleep and my I hate it because I didn't even made Gussie Lang just get it through first. But Gussie Lang has a problem because I want to make a Gussie UML because I want to see how because I know polygon system can degrade over time because you have to add but that's the semantic functioning mapping LTS schema based on major, minor, patch. So you got major the LTS, major the experimental, major dot legacy. LTS for lots of support, expression new expression features, but just to be similar resolution based on DAG principles, diagrams, but just to be quick, log n for package installation, but that's a polygon system. Okay, anyway, and then go ring one, ring two. Ring one is the council itself, but I don't really care. Ring one is legal counsel. Specifically, I want people at the council to just solve the problem. But I want to make sure people can get to the council every time. Doesn't matter where they are in the constitution, because that's where you can solve the problem. But you don't have to go all the way there if your problem is not solved, because the council is gonna be decentralized. Anyway, this was meant to be done a long time ago. Let me see what I still got it. I haven't got it. Oh no, I have got it. Okay, I have got it. Let me just see what I can explain it because it was dark last time. Did I got a pen? I don't want to draw it no more. Anyway, let me just draw it. 3, 2, 1, skip. Okay, yes, this is one very good dynamic decentralized principle. So basically, what you can see, okay, basically you got this here, but this is just like example of a sparse network. I call it a sparse. I don't know the word term sparse, but I call it sparse. Basically, you got like basically you got like a centralized nodes here. That's like sprawl-like servers, like physical servers. I call them static, but these are nodes that can span. You can move this out, this node or this computer, whatever this IP address, MAC address is, expand it further and further and further. This is known as a cluster. So this is a node. This is called a peer-to-peer network. So this is a network to peer to, but this is a fault runner because this one can recover this one. This one just by witnessing the state of it. If one fails, what's the log? Rollback chain based on telemetry tracking system. The witness is very important. You have to manage the state of the terminal, and it goes to this one, and it goes to this one. But this is a node here. Basically, these are decentralized nodes. But they're nodes of circles. But these are the centralized nodes because they cross the edges, and you can basically this is just like a cluster. This is just one dynamic system. This one's static. This one static. This one's static too. But when you put them together, they are decentralized and they're dynamic because you get static centralized one that can handle fundamental operations that can push into this one. And you can handle this one. Basically, they're meant to be like a sparse system to cover network range everything. But the network is basically we have a phone, you can never lose a signal. No matter where you are in the constitution, you never lose a signal. And if you do want to expand the signal, you have like a extension node. And you guys, this is one. So if let's say this is 1, 2, 2 dynamic nodes, 1, 2, and this is a cluster. A cluster then has an extension of a cluster because you can have 2 clusters. But you see this cluster here, this one, very important one. 1, 2, this is dynamic. This cluster here, you can then extend this cluster here. But this is not this cluster you can have here because you can add it to the node, but it's centralized. It's more static. It's the same node as this one, but you just add it. But you can add static clusters. Let me demonstrate because you need to cover area of coverage. But this one doesn't have like corners because unless you add corners to it, and that's why it's static. So you can't. It's not really fully fault-thrown because it's static. Because you can't really expand the zone without losing range signal, and that's what's a static system. Because I'm even defining the network by the static. But I'm defining by network range, and that's why it's static IP addressing. Because when you change the IP address, you have to change the location of the static, and that dynamic approach can change on the fly to resolve an issue. This one is dynamic because you can move it to, you can even change this computer to a new computer to replace it. You just go out, you can just replace it with a new computer, IP address, whatever, and the service up and running. And this is sparse network. Now remember, this is infrastructure as a service. Well, because I'm building new Gen Z infrastructure foundation because I'm building like a polyglot systems for it. That means which are universal translators, which can talk to any programming language. Even Golang is basically. And then you got this one. Oh yes. Okay, yes, very important now. So basically, this one here. Here we got okay, basically we have to basically this got basically I'm not sure so basically you got a bus topology. This is like a bus, that's a bus wheels, but it's infinite extending because you can wrap it around an array area and that should be nodes. But you can, these ones are just static ones, but it's just like, it's give an example that this can be static size. Basically, let's give an example because this is static, yes, but this one's dynamic because it's static, yes, but it can be dynamic. Basically, you should put this one here and here, but if you move it, but you can shrink it. But it's what I'm really envisioning for the Constitution. Basically, you can never lose signal. You just move servers everywhere, and the computer can keep online signal. No more Wi-Fi extending services. I hate that. Okay, then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just an example of an end gun. But it's the people who are working on it. But basically, they add to it and they don't lose signal. And you got a star. And basically, with your KNN clustering, the more you can cluster, because now you got to remember, your KNN clustering algorithm is really based on graph pruning. No, graph pruning. I don't really want to say graph pruning, that's cutting off, but I'm talking about graph clustering, because I remember KNN as a clustering algorithm. N dimensional but it's a clustering, but it doesn't apply to dimensions. 3 dimensions above, that's why we have KNN. But I think on the issue of KNN cluster, I didn't think that as an algorithm for hacking. Think of you can cluster some cells. It's better for 4D matrices or like the model of the mind or perception. What we actually experience. It's like based on OBI But my work is based on infrastructure. Very important. But my PhD, after my PhD, I hope to go to Japan and get a holiday. Get some rest from this country. Anyway, I have to go to Cambridge and look for housing. I'll buy my way to those houses. I don't care. When they say I'll buy half house, I'll buy allotment and still do my PhD. Whether they let me in Cambridge next year or this year, not my problem. Their problem. Anyway, I can make it more trouble for everyone if I wanted to. Anyway, I'm just starting with council now. Okay, what else have I got here? Oh yes, my notes. Oh yes, here I got this. I'm not working on autism or anything. Oh yes, witnessing. I'm witnessing states, but states. What is the state? Can I identify a state? Okay, it's property set. Property set. Basically, what is something? I can express myself. I'm black. I'm dark in complexion, but I'm not saying I'm a property of that state. I'm stating that because I'm black, anything can be black or brown, but it doesn't mean it's the skin or flesh. It doesn't. But the property set is really okay. This is a property I observed. This is a behavior. Its outcomes, based on what it is. But is it actually what it is? It just reminds me of photon system. Oh yes, yes. The networking infrastructure as a service. GitHub the companies AIaaS. It represents the infrastructure behind the service. You go peer to one because it's able to photon, able to heal itself, especially when you're doing with the multiple languages. I'm neurodivergent. Anyway, yes. Okay, back. Oh yes, back to here. Oh, this is okay. Basically, a cluster. Basically, this is one cluster here. But you can buy clusters from the website. So for my PhD, GitHub the company OBINexus, OBINexus.org. For my master's, my master's is complete. So this is a classic service. I really don't. It's not I hate Amazon, but I don't like how fragmented the setup is. Basically, you gotta buy a cluster, which is a regions cluster. And they can say, okay, this service can come from. You can say example cluster you can buy. And if you want to build your own cluster, build your own cluster, for your own service, and then you can buy it in bulk. I don't really care what you buy. But here's an example of clusters I'm working on to build for service ranging. Very important you buy clusters. Cluster just means like a sparse locality. I want to serve service to this person, not this person. If you want, then you get graph pruning. I want to serve to this network node around this region. What is Bluetooth? Okay, now very important, Blue Share. Blue Share can be a station to this service, but I don't really want to make a station yet because it's a Bluetooth networking. So I can say to the Wi-Fi system, share this to this network, this area, this region, based on Blue Share. Bluetooth is a Bluetooth plugger system for networking protocol. Basically, you talk to a network, you extend Bluetooth to Bluetooth sharing. but Bluetooth 5G, very very important 5G networking. I'm not saying 5G dangerous because Bluetooth has to be standardized. Very important. Remember, so basically, Bluetooth represents like 5G networking, and because the 5G network is dangerous. Why? Very dangerous. Okay, so the I see 3G has it, but I don't really trust it until someone dies or something. I think it's better, but I don't have proof that it works. I don't have a good, but I'll get it anyway. Um, Namdi, what is it? So Blue Share is a Bluetooth networking for polyglot signals. Basically, when you get Bluetooth sharing networking, you're gonna allow a network to connect to a Bluetooth device, and you're gonna pay as you go. Because Bluetooth is a player, because you're gonna connect to Bluetooth, you're gonna allow it can be very frustrating because it's a network, but it's a shared network, like because it's an open network and it's shared, and that's why I'm really gonna avoid. So basically, you can have basically Bluetooth gonna allow you to share to networking. Can have the whole house can have Wi-Fi. I don't really care over Bluetooth, but it's 5G, 6G, etc. Because the goal of this is to stop cancer. Based on you how it works, understanding and specification. Most of the technical specification, how the technique, not the method. Okay, very important. So how will this work in real life? So basically, it can be anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. Me and my friend play for Beach. We play for what we need and we share the network. Now, if another person want to add, but it's a fourth rank architecture, can add the child anything. It doesn't money matter. But they have to pay for that service because the service must cut off point its needs. But it's the Bluetooth sharing service for internet access. But it's like Bluetooth for more. You can use it to send files and everything, but it's more for people who need it. Don't really want it but need it. Blue Share is a Bluetooth network because Bluetooth is very powerful. People forget it. So basically, why 5G is dangerous is because it causes cancer quickly. Over time, you can get the full cancer quickly because the wavelength increase over time. You get more frequency of that wavelength over time. Same frequency of Wi-Fi, but because that's how Bluetooth can be. Now, how did they do it? Now, very good to record this. Now, why did you do it? How did you do it? So basically, you got 5G. How does 5G work in your world? So basically, in my world, 5G is based on I can't remember. I read document to GitHub basically services, GitHub document OBINexus services. So basically, you don't increase the wavelength or wave properties. You just I think it's you apply something. Oh, modulation. Yes, modulation. But what does modulation mean? Oh yes, modulation. Yes, refractive index. So basically, you propagate the same wave like an echo, but it's an echo stream of the same wave form, but it's not amplified in any way for the same. So you echo the same system, like a spectrum, like all back and forth, and the blue shell will literally allow you to, because it's supposed to bounce off quickly, not quickly, but coherently. If it bounce, it must reflect itself, but it's meant to bounce off systems, quickly. But you can have an amplifier. I don't want to buy. The Bluetooth is going to amplify the system, so it's a Bluetooth for 5G. It can be a 5G radio tower, but your 5G tower is not needed unless you want to apply, because Bluetooth can amplify signals and give you the same waveform back, but it's isomorphic because it knows what it gives you and resolve what it gets. It's not complex, but it's based on refractive index properties like ratio of your gauge pattern vein, rent money, radio wave, microwave, infrared. And we can hold it based on basically you can detect the wave you need, but you don't really give all the full wave. Which rent money is only visible on the glasses. A radio wave, microwave, infrared, visible light, X-ray, gamma rays. But that's what I'm saying. It's about that. So the way it works is when you make a blue share, when you share something to a network, you must someone coherent and apply to sparse network connectivity. The location is meant to go to. It's never meant to go 1 nanometer above that amplitude because you have to be coherent to get that message through and through, and that's what it really needs. It doesn't need to send, even when you try to send it off. Because you can turn it off and say, "Oh, I need to send it." Stop sending and start with that. Because that's why you have standard specification. Because the standard is there to protect the people in production. And if you look at the standard and it does break, then you're gonna sue you. So I think we need to do some testing in the labs. Oh yes, maybe we can design walls and rooms around us, but just to make sure it's bouncy, and then we can design actual proper housing instead of this brick or mold nonsense they give us. Anyway, I don't want a mansion. I don't like a mansion. I would like something that I can go A to B to C and go everywhere because I want something that okay. Even though I had like a bedroom, I don't want a bedroom. I want to be able to do the next stuff. So remember, because if I wake up, I want to wake up, I get tired and my bed stink. I don't want a stinky bed. And then then I say I want to brush my teeth. Then I wake up and I want everything low to the ground for myself because my back everything. Yeah, basically when I wake up for bed, I don't want to get out of bed. Probably I want to sleep on the floor, but I want to sleep on the floor like a lady. Actually, it makes me easy to get up. I just stand up and then I can get on my standing machine and do not to stand up or anything, but it makes it easier to get to work. It's like a waking thing. I think with the AI system, will make it easier to interact with the environment around me. But I don't really want to push the AI. I want to think about the structural foundation of the system. I get up from the mattress on the floor. Then use my left hand because I'm left-handed as well to brush my teeth. I don't even want an AI system. I just want to just be able to do without AI. Okay, Namdi, about your PhD. Okay, AI units, AI use in the house. Basically, you're gonna have two AI units, one for backup. But they're gonna work together. Because one AI unit, but it's one for it's two AI, but it's one because but you get two per smart home. But the infrastructure is broken, but you gotta fix the infrastructure based on the witnessing state of the home. Because the AI is gonna not decay here because he knows what he's doing. Okay, very important. Okay, so basically, when people are talking to OBI AI, they're talking to who? Namdi, but in computational form. If it could be me, I'd be, I could go way past it to my face. Okay. Okay, what is this? So basically, okay, how will this work? Okay, Namdi, how does your persona work? Okay, my persona, you can call me Obi. Obi, who's Obi? Obi means heart or soul. You can call me Mr. Soul. I don't really mind. Mr. Heart, I don't really mind. But don't call me. You can call me Mr. Evil Heart. I don't mind. You can call me Mr. Evil Soul. I don't mind. Call me Good Heart. I don't care. But my name is Heart. My on federal name. I tell everyone. Okay, very important. Very important. You do this, Nelly. So who's Uche? Uche means knowledge. Knowledge in Igbo. Uche Namdi. You can call me Uche Namdi when I'm really smart, when my glasses. That's 1% on me. And now this is another person on me. This is Eze. Now Eze, okay, let's do this Eze. Eze Uche. Eze Uche. Eze Uche. Eze means king. Uche means Uche means knowledge. So Uche, basically my mind, I'm just talking to both of them like this. Hey, why was it down here? 1 second. So, okay, yes. Okay. So I'm talking to myself right now because I'm recording the state of my mind because it's just a snapshot of my future. So I can document my life like this. So make it easier for me. Yes. So Uche, no, Eze Uche. Okay, let me read what I said here. This. Okay, so this is Uche. This is Uche. So Eze says, okay, I'll do like this. Okay, I just Oh, this is Uche. Uche starts first. Okay, Uche, you know a lot. Okay, Uche, you know a lot. Uche, you know a lot. Um, okay, Uche, you know a lot. Oh no, Uche says that. So this is Uche. Says, Uche, Eze, you know a lot. You're very powerful. Why don't you go to Cambridge by force? And then Echo replies, in my head anyway. Ezra replies, Uche, you know you're smart. Why don't you go to Cambridge by force? Now, what I'm going to say to you, Obi, Obi, they can talk to Obi, so basically, okay, yeah, I can go there by force, I can go there because I'm smart, but they have to work together, and that's my mind. That's basically how I solve problems. Now, Uche can be really dumb. Oh, Uche can be really smart, but he's not really strong. Like, he's not really like fight. He doesn't know how to fight. Basically, he can't fight. Without because he can solve really smart problems. Anyway, computer problems doesn't matter, but he doesn't know how to solve Ez's problem because the different systems design and technologically how to get the different. Now you go Eze. Now Eze says, oh, why don't we? Oh, so you're thinking what I'm thinking? Yes. Why don't we go there by force and with our brains? And that's Obi. That's me. Oh, there you go. I don't really care if people have sex, design it themselves, have tattoos. I don't really care. I don't care. Swing to the five. Leave people alone. Anyway, I don't care even though you have like a special way, even if you have your designer semen, painting semen. I don't care. It's not my business. It's just your body. But that's just way of expressing yourself. If for me personally, if I had like a way to like express myself through stimulus, based on foundation, I have like this kind of my semen, and then it paints this and then it's fluorescent, it glows. I don't mind, because it glows red, it glows blue, and then it's like a rainbow, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna express myself. Anyway, the creep of my trying to expression. I learned too much expression. Basically, if I want to tattoo, still want a tattoo. Oh yes, the oral signal insignia. Okay, if you search my latest post, I think I posted it yesterday. Yesterday, the aura seal is basically your aura. I can say I have an evil heart, I have an evil soul, but then those are like one thing. If I say I have a good heart and good soul, what's good? Basically, you got to think of the aura seals as technical bound because they're technical. But who's Namdi's identity? I'm trying to seal my aura. Who's Namdi? Who's Obi? But maybe for the competition framework for PhD or the AB, but that's not PhD because the AI has to compute me because I'm speaking to them. for the housing, but it's not for them per se. It's more like I'm sealing my aura into the computer program, but I'm trying to digitize myself without actually uploading my brain with the hammer and breaking my head because I don't want to do that because it's scaring me. Anyway, I'm not scared about that. I'm scared of like who I am. I'm like, who is Namdi? He's autistic, yes, and everything, but what's he doing? I'm thinking of, I'm autistic, everything, but I know I'm autistic, so I know that people don't think like me. First of all, I'm neurodivergent, but I want to just put it in like something I can understand, so it can do the same thing. But it doesn't really be an AI system. GitHub the community OBINexus pattern and talks is banned, but it has to be something that I can relate to, you know, because I know it's me to some degree. Now the problem is power competition. If it's too powerful, like um 40 degrees, like 40 degree watts is powerful, but it's not 40 watts of power because the brain only uses 45 watts of usually only 60 watts of energy per day. And a light bulb can do that, and you get 45 watts in the engine and a light bulb. Like in this, like this for light bulb right here. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys that. It's not my house, so I just when you do that, you just quickly. So basically, I'm saying the AI system is redundant today. It's like people just building for money. Build it for you. Who are you working for, man? It doesn't matter money, everything. Anyway, try to build around yourself, at least, like I'm doing. Okay, PhD, and then I'll go to do my master's at PhD. Okay, so github.com/OBINexus, change the oil code of OBINexus reform, underscore reform. What else? TikTok.com OBINexus official, I make this call thorough because one was in thorough 14 to 25. I didn't even get a house. Anyway, they know how this works. 200 million gonna come account, and then the other million gonna come out of the stupid people. My bank account, What they do to online is not a problem. When they go Munich, it's not a problem. But I'm leaving. I'm gonna go to holiday after my PhD. What I do next year, this is not my problem. It's their problem actually, because I'm trying to go to Cambridge too. Say what I'm really registered for Cambridge University, but I have to go to Clarion and everything. But I did go to, but I'm not sure I'm allowed there because I don't know where it is per se. Very important. Very important. Anyway, Namdi, OB, forget him. Okay, I don't need a new alias. Oh yes, personal development. Okay, very important. What is a personal development? Basically, ORC is like a critical checksum of state transition of what an evil or good heart is. If I change the word good heart, what does that mean? Am I good? Because I can't give a definition of love to form good or hate to form evil. Because I'm a scientist, I don't believe, but it can give a phenomenological understanding of a state of mind. Because you get what I'm saying? I give something that could be, because I don't have all the information based on hypothesis. I have what it could be, and that's what the oral seal represents. Basically it's cryptography. It's a graphical checksum, like that tracks states. Based on if you go to GitHub, read the hidden server, very good paper. Hidden server, it's a cipher. It's based on how the oral seals work. Is basically the hidden server is very important to understand because the oral seal is you just distribute entropy. The entropy is equilibrium based on GCD, LCM calculation. You calculate the checksum based on entropy. Things like SHA have a high entropy sometimes, and you can still hack the algorithm because it's entropy state. Now, also has a equilibrium of entropy. It's still kind of counterintuitive, but when you have a fully entropy equilibrium, 100% entropy, you can't know where there's an endpoint to interject the hackers you resolve to a DAG. But you have to be scientifically aligned with my field because I'm watching the states, witnessing cohesion, everything. Like what can they do to the algorithm itself to change the nature of the entropy? Get it? Because the entropy is based on direction. The entropy is direction. We need to watch the state and then change. We got two ways to do it. We got two public keys, one private key. The two public keys refers like two public keys. So you got like a poem I wrote for Tarek, and the public key 1 and 2. The second public key is very important to understand because the second public key refers to what you want. Like the email I wrote, like what would I get? Okay, I can't get it up now. But okay, yes, I can't get it up. So basically, you write a poem. Spirit. If you go to GitHub.com, medium.com/OBINexus, you read Spirits of the Masquerade. That's medium.com/OBINexus. Search go to YouTube, click the more link, and find the Medium articles. Search Spirits of the Masquerade. And that's like a public key poem, but the second public key is like, okay, this poem means ABC, but there's one key set for public or private, depending on how you want to use it, because you got an inversion model. Get like this, you can handle invariant cases. Very important. You can things you expect, things you don't normally expect, because they do the same problem, but things you don't normally expect. That's invariant. and then you get you get the private key, public key one, the private key one for the two public keys, 2 to 1 ratio for the and then for the key sets that generated and public key, and the heuristic just really tracks the state and gives you 2 public keys, if you are the recipient of the public keys, and if you are the not the recipient, you can have 2 private keys if you are. You get it? Because it's meant to resolve a state of a direct. We're adopting for quantum computers, but you gotta give the OBINexus, HDIS, CDIS, and QDIS, which are 3 repositories. You can look at the files, sure. But the goal is really to track what's an oracle. You know, if I kill a lot of people, I did it for money, not necessarily. I may have something going on with me that you don't know about. But I'm not really saying that I'm angry. I'm saying that I'm just to do this. So I'm going to go to Cambridge to demand my housing rights, see what they say, and then file also online because they don't really care no more because I'm leaving social care. I'm living with 300 million anyway. What they like my content, how much I don't really care. It works for me. Anyway, tell me to have a heart. I am the heart. anyway, what did I say to them? Oh yes. Oh yes, witnessing states. It's Obi. I don't know. Maybe Obi is the because if I say I'm Obi, then Ezi and Ochi are no one. Yes. It's just something of philosophical stuff, but I don't really know. Oh yes. What else? Directed. I don't really know. Am I thinking of something about acting? Oh yes, Gossi Lang actor model. I forgot to say this. Okay, the actor model is based on the state witnessing because it's meant to reduce states to the property set, the minimal set to represent the data, but it's meant to reduce it like in a way that's isomorphic to the instruction. Anyway, it's based on directed instruction, really like you evolve the state of mind of the seed based on seed. If a computer first a policy that we don't know of, that doesn't just state why it did it, but we have to understand. Oh yes, it allows you to directed seed, directed instruction seed. But what I'm saying is it's gonna be interesting to look at those kind of cases. Whether we should keep those policies or not. And when a computer does something that we don't expect it to do or know of, because it knows how to do something. I'm working on AI for a PhD, but I'm working on AI infrastructure. I'm thinking of train infrastructure like transit infrastructure as well, like getting upon. That's the 2 main ones. Getting to work now, but your house is where you work. Where you work is where your house. You don't have to go too far. I'm thinking like stopping like a 5 minutes radius. Maybe like 2.5 miles. No, 2.5 miles maximum. You just walking distance. You can work to work. 2.5 miles. How no one should tell me nothing. I'm making now 2.5 miles. You walk to work. If you want, that's the maximum you want to work. No everybody has to do that. But if you want to go there, don't you tell you ABC, you walk to work. End of story. Anyway, I'm gonna put that in a policy spec because I don't want people walking up and down to a council say, oh, I'm looking for work. Because it's gonna be there for you to work. Anyway, okay, Namdi, take care. Anything basically the acting model of Gosling is very he's gonna act on states to make optimization, but basically Gosling is a world's first polyglot programming or networking language. It's gonna talk to any programming language. What is Java? Basically, I'm trying to migrate all the infrastructure of Amazon. I don't like Amazon. I'm working on like new kind of services cluster based on cluster schema. Oh yes, the space thing. One thing, space separation. I don't want to go to the space separation yet, but I'm gonna say we have to have a cluster system for skies, Orion belt, the belts of people, the Milky Way galaxy. We want to know where people are, especially people, not for the AI systems. And how the system work on the AI system. Don't worry about Elon Musk, just worry about what you're doing, because Elon Musk doesn't have a problem. Anyway, I don't think the money and the code is really productive for people because I believe I know that myself when I find system to work for me, I don't because I'm in the right environment and it works for everyone else. Because it works easier for me, and then people for me work with me as well. Because that's what I'm saying. I've observed this so many times, and she don't have power to do that, but now I do have power to do it. Okay, now the Mensa education reform. Now Mensa should give me my data so I can sue them and make an example of them. So I'm doing the design education reform, and then I'm gonna sue the Mensa education reform. I'm gonna sue the health education. I'm suing health education. You're gonna come to me for houses anyway, whether they want public or private. I don't really care. As long as oh, I think I want the private houses to be around the public houses because you got private more you pay less for private and you get this is good because you get private a ring leader. You get a ring with one. Maybe you can have latest sets of it, but it has to be easy to navigate privacy because I don't want to go into my constitution and messing stuff up for me. Anyway, I'm gonna write just one email just so people can come to me. Oh yes, I put that FYI request and change the open and people can come to me for housing. But business access is not ready. Very important. Open access is that's the open source GitHub pages and the quotation on patents. But I don't want people to steal it from me because it's patented. So you can't go there if you want to steal. You can go there if you want to read everything. Very hard to enforce, but open access is ready, but business access is not. So basically, my business is set up, but I don't have the infrastructure support me. I have to get to Cambridge first, and then we got Uche, which is basically got T31, which is tier one. Okay, T1, which is just computer name name. Tier one stands for OBINexus T1. T1. Tier one just means open access. On open access, open sensors, everything for neurodivergent, just open access. You can go there, you can get it. Business access, which like the work. Basically, you got more work in, but it's about pushing on change, and then you got life work in the constitution. Constitution means where you live and you work. Constitution by the open definition, live, you work there. You live there, you work there. You work there, you live there. You get it? It works two ways. Anyway, if you're not working there, we'll kick you out. By email, by email. Oh my days. Okay. So you live there, you work there, and then something else, something very important. So you go up the ladder, you come down. I don't want to forget people. So basically, you can't forget people. So basically, people are gonna live there to work there, but they're gonna do a PhD there because they go to university. Because they can commute. Anyway, it's not my problem where they go. Also they don't go home institution. Find a lawsuit for me. Anyway, for the life of me, now to remember this. So you got like people going into constitution, everything, good at the job, but they couldn't to live and work. Oh, the space operation thing, the running belt, everything, know where they are in space. We want people to have perfect, seamless communication with the skies. Anywhere they go. I don't care when they find an alien. I'm gonna come back to the constitution where they live and work. Yes, the oral birth certificate, the birth certificate. I don't want to do that yet because that has to have an RFID measure. But we're working on that. So basically, I'm working on that. Anyway, I need people to work for me. So my business model, my business plan are different. Basically, business model separation of concern based on Uche as a tier. But T2 is business tier. It's not ready yet because I'm not making it ready. And then T3A is very important. That's Uche tier. Knowledge. What do you know. And then what you can use it for. Prove it works. Just proof of concept, MVP. People can work for me for that, but I don't. And then people who want to partner with me are in T3A. I don't think it's people will get to 3TA like 2 years time, 3 years time. I don't think even next 6 years even, because that's 3 years time. Because then go T3B, which is SJ King tier, and that's SJ at OB. That's my persona, OB, and that's OBINexus, OB tier. I got you guys sick. Anyway. Thank you, Namdi. And then you go to the business model. You can climb the ladder based on the open access school. Which is where you're gonna get to see like on your oral ID seal. But you gotta know all the time when you do something wrong. But people are not gonna do anything wrong because they love me and I love them equally, with equity. I love people, but I don't love people. Okay, if I can design myself, how would I design myself? I probably give myself talents. Oh, wings. I always wanted wings. Anyway, that's one persona. Anyway, I can, if I can design my form, my shape. Anyway, let me go now. It's getting cold. Is there anything I forgot? Anything? Nope. So